Well, hello guys, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Today I am riding the Suzuki GSXS1000GT. Now, as you can see, I've removed the panniers so that I can be a slippery weasel, as I am riding kind of around rush hour time, but I've scouted some roads out in Longridge and hopefully I intend on finding some twisties so as to not get caught in all the traffic. But yeah, here she is. I know you guys have seen her on the walk round. And now it's time to ride. Kind of unfortunate for me. Look at the roads. They're greasy, they're horrible. Trust me to get this bike in time for all the bad weather. Sod's law, isn't it, really? Let's go. So yeah, I totally intend to get lost on the GSXS1000GT. I've purposely took my phone off. I don't need a map, I don't want a map. I just want to ride the roads of Longridge. So yes, today we're doing a first ride impression, although I have to be honest, I've been a bit sneaky and I have had a few rides out on this without putting my camera on. Just riding it for the sake of riding it and really getting to understand the bike. And to be quite honest, so far, so bloody good. I'll tell you one thing about this bike, it is an absolute beast. For some reason to me, it feels faster than the GSXS1000S, but I think it's because I've got that screen. So it just cuts through the air like a hot knife through butter. You just don't know whether you're going to come across a load of smeared poop in the road. I think this is perhaps where I wanted to turn right. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll give it a go. So yes, as you can see, dreadful day. And dreadful days can only mean one thing on a Suzuki: traction control level 5. Because the thing with Suzuki's traction control is I don't find it very intrusive, especially when it's on the lower settings. So when it is bad, I want it to work as hard as it can for me. Speaking from personal experience there with the Gixxer, cold wet conditions, traction control level on 3 out of 10, and yeah, cold, it did not like it. Wow, these roads are awesome. So yeah, there's lots of gravel, lots of crap in the road, so I'm not going to get too crazy. I do want to be able to drop this bike off with Suzuki in one piece. As I was saying, when I actually went out on this without the cameras on, I rode with my friend, my good friend, Meg, and we just had a very, very chilled ride around the Trough of Bowland, around Skipton Way, and if I'm telling the absolute God's honest truth, I couldn't really fault the bike in the slightest. Like, this bike has surpassed my expectations and I really, really like it. I am so gutted that the weather is really, really bad, because the way this bike just sticks to the road, look at all this crap here, The way the bike sticks to the road, the way it flows through bends, the quickshifter and auto blipper is just as silky smooth as on the GSXS1000S. Like, genuinely can't fault it. First to second even, handles it beautifully. So the engine, same one on the GSXS1000, punchy, pokey, rapid. It is absolutely bonkers. Another thing I'm contending with today is the wind. Again, so windy up north. But I can imagine these roads on a summer's day. I'm definitely coming back up this way. Suspension is comfy. Absorbs bumps well. Maybe a little on the soft side, but almost not too soft. You know, it is on the soft side, but it's not too soft. It's plush. Rain's coming down a bit heavier now. And again, the suspension, fully adjustable, you know, front forks. You've got some good adjustability, even if the suspension's not to your taste or suitability. The brakes are excellent. You got some real stopping power with them. Oh, grids. Riding position. Now, as I said in my walk around video, when I sat on it, I said that it feels a bit more sporty than toury, and I would 100% stick to that comment. It's true. It feels like you've got a sporty bottom half, but quite an upright and pleasant top half. And I think it works well for a bike that you can have a mad hoon on of a weekend, but also not too sporty so that it would be crippling on long rides, if that makes sense. It's like the best of both worlds. Where are we going here? Look at this. Oh, this is stunning. A nice little bridge over a river, over a stream even. So we're still on riding position, riding comfort. I personally love this screen. It's not adjustable, but for my 5'4" body, it does a cracking job of keeping the wind off my face. Now Mike, on the other hand, who's a little bit taller than me, he finds the screen a bit useless and finds that he does get hit by the wind. So I think if Mike had this bike, he probably put the screen on. Right, where do I want to go here? What are the signs saying? Clitheroe, chipping this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. Chipping. I think it's chipping. Beautiful. So going back to the screen, Mike would benefit from the accessory screen. TFT dash. I'm loving the TFT dash. I turned the bike on to ride it into the garage the other night when it was dark, and the screen inverts, so it goes into like a night mode. And I tell you what, I prefer the look of the night mode. The night mode looks badass. What else do I have to say about this bike? mirrors, phenomenal. Bit hard to reach if you if you're looking for on-the-go adjustability. Let's have a look here. So we got, oh, Chipping's back that way. Longridge, Whalley, Clitheroe. We'll go Clitheroe. Clitheroe is the way. Another bridge. Am I getting deja vu here? Have I come round in a big circle? Surely not. Oh no, it's a different bridge. Oh, that had me so confused then. Okay, so we're in Clitheroe. Oh no, I found a 30 road. How did that happen? So yes, the dash, lovely. So clear and nice. I mean, it's not very clear now with me, with all these gadgets and gizmos and wizardry. With the dash, obviously Suzuki boast connectivity through their app, which is MySpin. And to be quite honest, I've been watching the weather all day thinking, you know what, Kate, it's now or never, it's not going to get much better than this. So I just went out and I had a bit of a fiddle with it, and I've managed to connect my phone, but I haven't managed to connect my headset, and I didn't manage to get the apps up. So I did want to show you that, but what I'm going to do instead is maybe dedicate a video just to how that is set up with the equipment that I've got, obviously, and hopefully any owners of this bike, it can benefit you guys if you're looking to connect. One of the key things that I actually love about this bike, and one of its main features for me, is the smoothness. The bike is so smooth, it's criminal, but it's also wonderful. It just makes it so very, very easy to ride. It's one of them bikes that if you don't have much experience riding, if you treat it with care, it's a perfect bike because it's that smooth and it's got low rev assist. So it does have quite a few helpful rider aids, but it's also one of them bikes where if you're quite experienced and you want a sporty tourer, you're gonna have plenty fun on this. Turning, the steering is super light. When I first jumped on it, the steering felt a bit weird, mainly because I think it's just a visual mind over matter thing with the whole front staying still but you being able to turn. Literally not a bloody clue where I'm going, and I'm just living for it. It's brilliant. Right, what else do I like about it? I like the looks. Very Kawasaki-esque, but also with a little bit of R1 thrown in there. In terms of looks, it's not outdated. It fits right in with the modern angles that everyone's going for. And yeah, I approve of it massively. Yeah, so I think Suzuki have bang on hit the nail on the head with this bike. I am loving getting out on it. I actually want to ride even when it's bad weather, because I just absolutely love how this bike feels. Obviously I've touched on some very, very, very strong positives with this bike, and the positives are so positive that yes, I would own one of these bikes in a heartbeat. I'm just seriously enjoying my time with it. But the bike does have a few things that make me think, really, Suzuki? Really? And one of those things is the accessory side of things. So if you want a set of these panniers, realistically it's going to cost you just shy of £1,000, because you're looking at like £950 for the panniers, the pannier rails that you have to fit. I say rails, they don't look like rails, but you still need to fit them. And then you've got the locks to code the locks to your key, and I think that comes to about £950. And then if you want to colour code your panels, then you're looking, I think, a further 50 or something like that. So you really are kind of looking at almost £1,000 for your panniers. Now again, I'm pretty sure that is quite comparable with its competitors, but one of the things that's really baffling to me is that Suzuki don't do a top box for a Tourer. Now, is it just me that's missing something there, or does that seem a little strange? Now, I haven't quite done the research that I probably should have done to be able to tell you if there's aftermarket options. I'm sure after a quick flick through Tinternet, it's like a book. No, I'm sure after a quick type on Google and flicking through, I'm pretty sure Shad do something for it. But wouldn't it just be nice to have a genuine Suzuki top box to go with your beautiful genuine Suzuki panniers? Instead, you're going to have to put on a bit of a mix and match. And I think Suzuki's rationale for this was people that ride this kind of bike are usually just happy with panniers and don't necessarily want to go the whole hog with the top box. But given the fact that they've gone to the effort to manufacture the panniers, just the option of a top box would be nice. And then another thing that blows my mind with the accessories is I looked on the website at heated grips, which don't come as standard with this bike, and I have to say I was genuinely shocked to see that the heated grips are £396, and that's not including fitting. Like, I have to say that genuinely like took my breath away a little bit. Like, it's a Tourer, and I get that you've not put heated grips on, which is going to disgruntle a few people, but £400 plus bloody fitting? Man, that's crazy. I have to say, I think I would end up just putting Oxford heated grips on the bike if I own this, because I think that price is wild. So they are really my only two gripes with this bike, and none of them impact the way it rides, the way it handles. Would I own this bike? Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. 3-year warranty, peace of mind. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, the bike has cruise control. Okay, so I'm going to try the cruise control. That's one thing that's not ideal. The cruise control button, again, is not really in a reachable place for my thumb. Hopefully you can see that. So I kind of got to take my thumb off. Cruise control lights come on. Let's get it to where we want it to be and hit set. So it has set it at 54. If you press this button quite fast, you get it to go down. If we press the up button, it does gradually go up. So yeah, I think that works pretty good. Oh wow, that was quite an aggressive shut off that cruise control. I mean, I just so happened to hit a bump at the same time, which didn't help the situation. But I'm just going to try that again. So, let's have a look. Set that. reset the cruise, and let's knock it off using this. Yeah, so it's not as dramatic as it seemed then. It only seemed dramatic because as I switched it off, I hit a bit of a bump, so it seemed like a really harsh deceleration, but realistically it's not. In fact, let's try it again. So let's get it at 50. And let's see if we can accelerate through it. Yep, so we can accelerate through it, and then it drops it back to what we set it at, which is good. And then if I brake, yeah, braking completely knocks it off. So it does function just like you'd expect a cruise control to function. It works well. I'd love to flip my visor up and be all personal with you, but I can't. This rain is just too sharp. But what I would like to say is I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a little insight into the Suzuki GSXS1000GT and how it rides, how it behaves. What do you guys think of the bike? Have you guys bought this? Have you had it delivered yet? Because I know they're quite sort of hard to get hold of at the moment. Are you enjoying it so far? Have you test rode one of these? What did you think? Like, let me know, because I am genuinely super duper impressed. And it's definitely one of those bikes that will go on the I would own list. Like, I'm really happy riding it. Just a quick few words, as always, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Helps my channel, means the world. If you also hit that little bell notification that you can see next to the subscribe button just under this video, you will get notifications when I post, which is generally Sundays at 5, Thursdays at 7, and sometimes maybe a little bonus video on the Tuesday, depending on what I've got filmed. I also have a Patreon, and the link for that is in the description below. So if you're feeling super generous and you want to help support the channel, that is a pretty good way to do it. Okay guys, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next one, take care, ride safe.